Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? It's the Same Leg here representing Team JVS. Here you guys another movie review, and this is from DreamWorks, How to Train Your Dragon. And yes, there have been three How to Train Your Dragons previous animated films, but this is the very first, and technically the very first live action remake from DreamWorks, because normally the pioneer of that has been Disney. And yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. It was good. It was really, really good. I'm gonna kind of break down a couple different things because again, technically, this is a 20-year-old movie, and it's crazy to me because even some of the original actors or voice actors from the original were in this film playing predominant characters, which I thought that was really cool. But we're gonna go and kind of break it down, and the reason why I felt like this was something that was a worthy remake. So let's go ahead and kind of get into it. As far as 2005, I believe is when the first one came out. I could be wrong, but I thought the first one, How to Train Your Dragon, either came out in 2005 or it was 2010. But yeah, it was 2010. So when it first came out, you got the main character in Hiccup. He is the son of the head Viking, played by Gerald Butler. And then he was trying to make his way to be a really good Viking, but unfortunately, he wasn't looked at as that way because one, he had never killed a dragon, but also like he was interpreted as somebody that was very weak and frail. So he didn't have much accolades to go off of. But lo and behold, we find out he's one of the most special Vikings because he ends up meeting and not killing right away an actual dragon and dare I say tamed it. So in the film, one of the strongest suits of this film is the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless, and it is as good, if not better, in the live action than I remember from the older film. I think if this relationship didn't work and they didn't have a really good actor playing this character of Hiccup, I think things would be a lot different. But Mason Thames, I he won me over when he played in the Black Phone in 2021. Now he looks a lot older now, but he does a lot of heavy lifting in this film on different ways because a lot of times he's acting off of nothing. It's off of his expression, it's off of his emotion. I think the CG's gotten so good now that we take that for granted. But he's doing a lot of hard work to make his character one feel valued and understood, while at the same time he's working off of nothing. Another thing about it, even in the original one, when you first see Hiccup, he just feels really annoying because he's just not doing the things you would hope that he would do. But by the end of that film, you truly do understand levels of sacrifice and love and determination and raw willpower. Like it is really good. But the other side of that is also Toothless. Toothless is an iconic character. And were they going to be able to make that character as authentic and lovable and all the things as what they've done with certain other live action remakes that have succeeded and some have not? Lately, we did get the new Lilo and Stitch, and I thought they did a really good job with the interpretation of how Stitch is and his personality. And I think that they do an even better job here with DreamWorks and how they kind of are handling Toothless. He is a very commanding, sweet, lovable, dangerous, and formidable character that I think that they handle really well. Now, you do have a lot of other characters. I mean, how do I put this without spoiling too much? The original crew is this band of really weird and eccentric characters, and they really are kind of like looked at as lesser. But in the animated, it was kind of like, oh, okay, like you just took it for face value. It is what it is. But I do think they do have some gems in this. Like one of my favorite characters in this film is Julian Dennison's character, Fish Legs. He is such a good actor. Like I've loved him since Deadpool 2. He won me there, and his character in this is as lovable and as good. I was just really surprised like how much I loved his character. You also have from the previous Walking Dead, Nico Parker. She played a role in Walking Dead as Sarah, as Joel's daughter. But in this film, she plays not just the love interest, but probably the strongest young Viking um, in Astrid. And I do appreciate how they kind of handle her character. Like it's not just like her pining over him, or it's like a really good mutual distribution. And from what I remember from the original series, it was the same exact way. The original really was a slow roll. It wasn't like an immediate jump. There were some moments that I kind of felt like the dialogue was a little touch and go with those side characters. But it was never a moment that it kind of took me out of the film at any given point. Now, the one that surprised me the most was Gerald Butler. The fact that they brought him back I guess 15 years later, maybe 10 years, I can't really remember, for this character is awesome because he is really good in this role. I was really caught off guard because I was like, oh, he's going to do a good job. Like, Jerbo's always there, but he makes it very physical. He makes it very endearing. And his character, like, he's aged. So because he is aged, like, I kind of bought into the fact of this is that same as that character. So they do a really good job with making me feel like this is a true adaptation. I think that's the biggest strength of this film is that all the things that you maybe remember from the original, it has it. All the different action beats and also some of the darker themes. Like when you go from the second act to the third act, it gets a little bit more darker. And there's certain things that even I don't think certain Disney movies would try to do that they keep and maintain from the original. My only thing is I hope they give me more. Give me more of these films. Like it is really good. And I think it's written, the second to third acts are written really well. First act, I think is a good little introduction, but it didn't hook me. But when I got to the second act and the third act, they won me. I was invested. And the thing I didn't bring up is the visual effects. The visual effects and the camera work are immaculate. I was kind of like, did James Cameron, was he involved in this? Because I was like, this seems like something that James Cameron would be handling with all the aerial fights or all the aerial movements with Hiccup and with Toothless. It is as immersive than you could ever imagine. This is one of those ones you want to see in IMAX or 4DX or Dolby because the sound is great, the visuals are great, and all the different camera work really make you feel like you're immersed into every single action. There were some moments where like they might have fallen or something happened. I kind of jumped back. And yeah, I think this is really good. This is a really for the last few remakes that have come out, this may be at the top. This may be in the top 3 best remakes that they've made. I still leave Cruella at the top, even though Cruella technically isn't a remake. But this is in the top 3. I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3, but they did a really good job with this, and I truly did enjoy it. And I think that like kids are gonna love this, adults are gonna love this. At first, the first act, and that's the only thing that I kind of is like a little cheesy and little like it. I think the first act didn't establish the danger of the dragons that I would have hoped for. And it also kind of left you with this interpretation of that everything was going to be fine regardless. And I don't really necessarily like that. I understand it from a kids movie standpoint. Again, it's not for me. But I do think that there's a whole lot of value in this film. So I highly recommend you go and check it out. I'd rate it at a 9 out of 10. Go and check out How to Train Your Dragon 2025, the remake from DreamWorks, as soon as you can. This is the day one. You got to go and check it out. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Peace, people.
Falling off the top